French teachers countrywide have appealed to government and school heads to step up the ceiling for French teachers in schools. They assembled at Namilyango College in Mukono district together with the language learners to celebrate the French Day. Schools in attendance also included Seta High, St. Charles Rwanga, SS Bukerere, Mount St. Mary's Namagunga and others, and learners exhibited talents through French songs, dances and poems. The head of the Association of French Speakers, Agatha Tumwine Magezi, said this year's theme is Speak Up, and said the object of the day is to popularize speaking of French through making visits to schools and encouraging students to learn the language.
Today we are here at Namilyango College to celebrate the francophone day for schools around Mukono region. As an association, we have different regions, so we cannot have all the activities take place on one day. So the activities have been divided according to the different regions, and the reason being that the month of March is considered a francophone month because specifically on 20th March was declared as the International Day for French speakers. And when I say French speakers, I don't mean France. I mean everyone who speaks French, who earns from French, who uses French. Me as a teacher of French or a lecturer of French, this is my career. I know this is what I depend on. Even when I'm doing any other activities that to do with the translation, conference interpretation. So it is, I look at it as a profession. And in Uganda, as an association, we have different centers countrywide. We think this is an opportunity for us as teachers of French to sensitize this young generation about the importance of learning an international language. We also use it as an opportunity to give career guidance, to guide learners. What should I be able to do if I know another language like French? Let alone if I'm a journalist, how is French going to help me? So we are trying to show them the importance of bilingualism, if not multilingualism, including both local and international languages. So it is one of our major activities to give information to learners so that as they make their choices in life, they know what they want and they will never regret that I didn't know, because we have given them enough information to equip them to make the best choices.
And the representative for French teachers in Mukono district, Claire Tuhaire Wanyama, stressed the necessity of stepping up the number of French teachers to match with the number of learners of the language in the country.
Today is the day when we celebrate Francophone Day. Francophone Day it's actually a month, the month of March and April. We celebrate the existence of the French language in Uganda. To be better organized, we organize it according to regions. So today is the day that we chose to celebrate it in Mukono region. So all schools in Mukono that do French have gathered here. Days like this give a platform to students to do what they may not be able to do in class. Here there is a lot of fun, there is music, they get to dance, they get to act, they get to do very many things, poetry, which they may not be able to do in class. So in a way they are having fun, but also they are getting a chance to express themselves orally. It does not benefit you that you're learning a language and you cannot speak it, you know. So they come here, they meet with their peers. If there are challenges or errors they are making, they realize they are not the only one. So it also builds their confidence. Visibility of the French language these days is much more than it was before. Yes.
Gerard Sesazi, a French language teacher, has appealed to relevant authorities to increase the number of foreign language teachers in different schools countrywide.
Currently, the biggest challenge is the perception from especially the school heads. We have some school heads that don't understand that at all. They see the French language as a wastage of money and resources, so they are not eager to invest in it. They're not eager to employ teachers of French. They do not understand that our classes may be a little smaller, especially in A level. So they are not eager to pay a teacher to teach, for example, 10 students. So that is the biggest challenge, and teachers would like to encourage school heads to give these learners that opportunity, because French is an international language that opens very many doors. So that is the main challenge, and the other challenge maybe is the resources and the numbers at all levels. The school heads don't want to employ many teachers, and we find that our language is hands-on. we are encouraged to use the communicative approach. It's the standard approach by the European Union, which is called l'approche communicative, which means you're supposed to give a learner time individually in a class, because the European level model has a class that is not more than 27 students. But in our setting here in Uganda, most of the schools have classes of well over 60 students, some reaching 100. So a teacher of French will face a very tough time to give each learner that time that is required. So we cannot follow the European Union model that is advised. We rather teach children as if we are teaching them in a history class. So that is a big challenge, and it needs to be handled by government investing more in the French language to make sure that they deploy more teachers of French in the country. And lastly, in terms of resources, the books. These days we're in the process of transitioning into the competence-based curriculum, and our books really come late if they come at all. So the teachers don't have the material they need to teach these learners, but they are improvising and doing a lot of good work.
Enables me understand that French opens doors, because they tell us that étudier une nouvelle langue, découvrir le monde, study a new language and discover the world. So this event has opened the opportunities for me to see that French as a language, the international language, can help me in various ways, because we've been told that in order to get jobs with the UN and other organizations that are international, you need to have an international language that you know, and French is one of them, and of which French is an easy language to master.
Francophone Day is not only for celebrating the language as French, is a day to interact with those people who do French, because at school, even though they are students studying French, they are not so much, they are not many, like here on this day, like we are here on this day. So this day is very important in our studies, because it helps us to learn a few things. For example, today I've learned that French is a language of opportunity. Knowing an international language is not only being different from others, but it's also an opportunity. For example, you can work with international organizations.
French alone, it really puts you aside from others. You really have this, you're special from other people. Because, well, you know French, you're gonna become a doctor, but yes, you're a doctor, but there are a lot of doctors these days. And they want someone who is unique. What can you do that other doctors can't do? You can speak French.